Welcome to Heartlight Oracle. Allow, trust, open. Follow your heartlight. It always knows the way. Hi there. Welcome to this Choose Your Door 3-group collective reading. There are 3 doors here. You will have a chance to use your visual intuition to feel into what door holds the message for you. Take a nice deep breath and see where your eyes go, which door invites you to explore, and open the portal. For this 3-door reading, I asked Spirit to tap into 3 separate groups and the strongest messages for these groups. And I asked for coordinating numbers for each group, as well as a theme that was indicated by the first door. And then I asked for a word or a phrase that would help the people within each group decide. So these are your extra clues. If you weren't sure from the first glimpse of the doors, this gives you a little bit more to go by, and you can use your intuition by just feeling even more from each of the clues which one you resonate most with. The angel number for this group is 444. The theme is hummingbird song, and the word from Spirit associated with this group is ability. This is the doorway in this jungle, the light shining in. And you got golden calcite. Embrace confidence and optimism. Let your light shine. Peridot, green peridot. Invite positivity and joy. Let your spirit shine with light. The angel number for this group is 555. The theme is heart healing, and the phrase from Spirit came through a little bit cryptic, was ionic elevation. Amethyst, embrace calm and clarity, let your intuition guide you. Rose quartz, nurture, love, and compassion, open your heart to healing. And this is the doorway, headed up into the light, very in line with heart healing. So the angel number for this group is 999. The title is Passages, and the word from the guides associated with this collective, with this particular group, is motivated. This is the doorway. And you got ametrine and iolite. Navigate your inner journey, find your true north. Balance dual energies, integrate your spirit and mind. You might find that you're called to more than one doorway, so just go to the one that you feel the most pulled to and feel free to watch any of the other ones. So group 444, if you felt called to this group, to this doorway, the theme is hummingbird song, and it's really seeming to be emphasizing joy and stepping into a next phase of life that is in higher and higher alignment with your pure soul essence, with your joy, with love, with flow, with all the good things, with your ability to feel joy, with your abilities coming more online, old, ancient knowledge and abilities showing up that are awakening within you. Your ability to align with abundance in all ways, and your confidence, your light, letting everything just flow and shine through you. And they're saying that this reading is to just help align you with your path ahead and with love, with your life path, your soul purpose, and that you're just more and more, each moment, each day, each choice you make that is in highest alignment is just putting you into more and more joy and abundance. It's really beautiful. It's a beautiful energy. It's this heart energy. It's this solar plexus. It's coming forward with exactly who you are and being authentic and coming from your heart. And you've done this, you've practiced it, and you're just letting it shine right now. And it's like the door makes me think of these roots as like this ancient ancient memories that are being discovered, and light is shining into this tunnel that leads to all these mysteries of the soul, of yourself, of your essence, and it's been discovered and opened up, and now everything's just flowing through. Now, behind this door, I did happen to be called to choose 2 more cards. So you have, this one is Hummingbird Song, Nectar of Sweetness, in joy it brings, the hummingbird's healing, as medicine it sings. This next door, it's just a door of infinite light here, a moment's joy. Sand through the hourglass, yet time could stand still. A moment lasts forever in the bliss of the heart's will. Again, all about the heart, the joy, all the light that you've followed, the light of your heart that you're following, that's just leading you to ultimate joy. Deeper, you are not finished. You are not yet done. Dig deeper and deeper. The best is yet to come. I mean, this just means more and more joy to come for me. I feel like it's that there are more doors awaiting for you to discover. Even though you've come this far, there's even more beyond this. The deeper you go into your soul, into yourself, into your soul essence, the more treasure and joy you're going to find in this kind of old rustic. It just brings to mind sort of the ancient nature of it. This is very ancient, this is old, and this is just like divine, bright white light. So it's using the divine light through you and really aligning with your highest soul essence. Thoth, divine magic. So you're mastering something. I guess I put it right here. Through everything that you've gone through, your journey, all the lessons that you've learned, you're opening up to your own divine magic and becoming able to help other people, guide other people and sort of mastering your own soul, your own self, your own lessons so that you can help others. Melchizedek, divine knowledge, higher learning. All of this is pointing to, I guess, that you have been deep into soul expansion, spiritual study, and you're now sort of incorporating all that knowledge and wisdom and able to really help others with it, but keep growing in that divine knowledge, connecting into the highest self. And Gaia, connecting into the earth as source and grounding and continued flow, and continuing to root deep into Gaia while you call in more and more of that divine light. And sort of this is even reminding me of crystalline light that's coming in. Zadkiel. Does that one show up here? It doesn't. Zadkiel, karmic release. Continuing to use violet flame as a tool to clear and transmute. Probably helping other people to do it. As well as for yourself while you continue to connect in higher and higher, using that violet flame. And Isis, reclaiming magic, call back your power and what is rightfully yours. So calling in your power. It's good when you do karmic clearing from past lives to then, once you've healed, once you've felt it and healed it, to call in those parts of yourself and integrate them into your current self so you can be more whole and complete. So that's a beautiful card. Is that it? Okay. Two other Ascended Masters. They're essentially, that's what came out, is the Ascended Masters are here assisting you, and it's Hilarion and Aphrodite. Aphrodite is definitely associated with love, and you can look Hilarion up. I think it's a lot of joy. Yeah, I'm not remembering right now, but I'll have to look Hilarion up later. So I wanted to note how Isis and Thoth both came through, and so it's indicating a tie to Egypt. I actually just got back from Egypt, and it was a big past life soul connection journey to different timelines that those of us in the group had all together and separately in Egypt. It was really beautiful, but it seems like this is speaking to a group who also is very tied to Egypt and to the energies there. We are working with the book The Temples of Light. And so if you can't actually make it to Egypt, this book will actually take you through as if you're on an actual journey in Egypt. And having been there and gone to these places, it's really incredible how the author is able to actually bring you to each place and take you through meditation. So it's really powerful and might be something that that you might want to look into. And then Orion came out too, so you might have ties to Orion, Orion galactic family. You might have had lifetimes in the Orion constellation and one of the planets there. A lot of spirit energy here, so it's, you know, indicating like your Orion spirit family is here with you. So I wanted to point that out. The next deck is Work Your Light Oracle. Being that there was so much joy indicated, I figured there's been a lot of light coming through for this group. So I thought I'd tap into this deck and see what the energy is. Pillar of light, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. So you have your own wisdom inside, and the level of joy that is to come to you and that you're experiencing now in each day and each moment doesn't mean everything's, roses and butterflies, but it's that you are able to notice the joy within you and around you in the small moments, whether it's the way light shines in or the way the grass is so green, whatever it is, you're able to really align with that frequency more than all the other things that are happening. And it's really helping raise your frequency, raise your vibration, and for you to know your own wisdom. Again, there's that crystalline rainbow light coming in and your energy just lifting up. So nothing wrong with that. Very high light. Anything else? The Great Gathering, Soul Tribe. So with your alignment with your highest self, you're also aligning with other souls that are in the same frequency. It might even be your oversoul family. It might be, friendships, soulmates, divine soul partners, and all in joy and light and highest alignment. It's going to be not like past experiences where your connection and growth was based on lower energies. It's all going to be very high and light and aligned and beautiful. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And I guess this just goes back to a message I got from Spirit last month, and it was allow, trust, open. So just continue to trust, because look how far it got you. It got you to this incredible, joyful, high frequency place. So continue to trust that. Is that it? Yeah. Great job, guys. Spirit had really emphasized Ascended Masters, so I'm actually pulling from another Ascended Master deck, Keepers of the Light by Kyle Gray. For the Hummingbird Song Group, who is here? Saint Germain. So a lot of Violet Flame here. You guys are most likely already familiar then with the Violet Flame and use it as a tool for transmutation. You might be using it globally to help heal the earth. You might be using it personally or for others around you to help transmute lower energies. And if you aren't, it's definitely being called. Zadkiel and Saint Germain are both keepers of the Violet Flame, as well as Hope, Lavender, Amethyst. I just generally say keepers of the Violet Flame. Sometimes I'll be specific and call them out, but also just knowing the Violet Flame is within you, especially if you align with any of the keepers of the Violet Flame. And so you can pretty much envision that as a little pilot light in you in any area. I usually start from the heart or the solar plexus, and when I just say, ignite the Violet Flame within me and align it with all the keepers of the Violet Flame, I also make the intention to align with all souls from this lifetime or past lifetimes who utilize the Violet Flame to amplify the energy of it, and it can be very, very, very powerful. I can't recommend it enough. It transmutes the energy of small situations. I use it in water, by waterways, and send it out into rivers that go down to the ocean to help transmute lower frequencies all over the planet. You can visualize it. You can use it in the shower to transmute lower energies that might have stuck on you through the day. And yeah, I really can't say enough good things about the violet flame. There's more violet here, and then that divine white, highest self right there. You unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. Just more about now letting your soul shine. Like, you've done so much of the work. Just let it flow out. Let it shine outward with focused intention. So where the attention goes, energy flows. So you just have such power. I think this is actually speaking to the violet flame. Using it to really focus and use intention to put it in specific directions. I mean, Gaia was mentioned back here, so I also think you're being called as healers of the earth, and using your light and your joy, that's your highest power. So using it to really help the more of us that put that focused intention onto the planet and the universe, and continuing to do it for those around us, it's just going to create a higher and higher frequency for all of us. Okay, this one's the Celestial Whisper. Messages of guidance from the light within and beyond. Courageous heart, let your heart lead. Even when fear trembles, your spirit knows the way. Trust yourself. Okay. Yeah, so a lot here when you go back to golden calcite. Embrace confidence and optimism. Let your light shine. Courageous heart, trust yourself. This is really about stepping out with your light and letting it shine and being your authentic self, and not having fear of what others are going to think, or of saying the wrong thing or doing the wrong thing. And it's about when you allow your heart to lead, when you lead with your heart light, it's never going to lead you in the wrong place. And those that are going to respond to it, they're going to feel that frequency, and it will help lift other people up. So trust your spirit, it knows the way. Trust yourself. This is really about now taking everything you've learned, keeping in alignment with your heart, with that joy, that light, and trusting yourself and inner peace. Even in the storm, there's still a place within. Return to it and be held. So again, it's not all rainbows and roses amidst all this joy and light that you have within. There is always going to be chaos around. There's always going to be, as we're seeing obviously in the world right now, a lot of upheaval. And you can always find that place of quiet and stillness. And the more you can continue to go back to that and keep your frequency up, the more it's going to help the whole world and all the situations going on. Is that it? Okay. The next deck is the Angel Power Wisdom cards. I work with the angels a lot. I call in the angels of four directions, Raphael, Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, and Sandalphon below, connecting deep into the earth, Metatron above, connecting into highest realms, as well as all the other angels that come in at various times and offer assistance and help. And so if you're not familiar with, is this for them? Okay, if you're not familiar with working with angels, I'm sure you are at this point, but their energy is just incredible, and all you have to do is ask and hold your intention, and I mean, really miracles happen. Distractions, control your thoughts and actions to help you stay focused. I feel like this goes back here, focused intention. So there might be something that pulls you off track sometimes, maybe your thoughts. I know, like me, I try to stay in the light and in, the highest frequency, but life has a way, right? And so you might get distracted at times, but try to always come back. And it's always my advice to come back to your heart center. It's like this arrow. These arrows are standing out. So it's like this arrow pointing right to the heart. When you find yourself distracted, take a deep breath, put your hand on your heart, and call in light and align and tap in throughout the day, maybe, so you can keep your frequency high. Like you're doing it for you, but you're doing it for the collective. You're doing it for Earth. When you can, with intention, stay focused on a higher frequency. That's the message. Responsibility. Take responsibility for your own happiness. I mean, it also is a responsibility being in this position and holding so much light and, being at a high frequency. It does mean you're putting in more work, putting in more effort, but it's worth it. It's like the beauty that comes from it makes it all worth it. All that focus and intention and effort to stay in the highest light when everything around you is kind of going cuckoo crazy. Retreat. And just remember, when it does get too much, to rest, retreat, hold yourself, and, take a bath, take a salt bath, go to bed early, drink a supportive herbal tea, do the things that treat you well, because you have to keep filling your own cup so that you can continue to stay in the highest light, so you can keep feeling filled up enough to give to others and put out that loving energy. And divine timing, perfect timing. So things are all lining up at just the right time. And I think at this point you know this, and you can trust that life aligns you at exactly the right moment with the people and places and thoughts and energies that are opening and coming towards you. Eyes of love. Focus your eyes on loving actions and your lips on loving words. So yeah, remaining loving. It is a challenge, even if you are in high frequency. I was reminded today that the more high frequency thoughts that we have, the higher we will open up. So it really is a practice, once we're at this level, to continue and to stay. And it's like you take these steps up, and there's little like thresholds. And you get on a threshold and it's sort of like, oh, keep going, but you can pause here. So keep your focus. Again, focusing on love. That is the main theme here. Wow, Archangel Shamuel. Shamuel is the frequency of relationships. So Archangel Shamuel is an energy to call on if you're calling in love, but it seems from this reading that you're already aligning, and you're already aligning with a more pure and beautiful version of love in all areas: friendship, self-love, divine relationship. And you have the support of Archangel Shamuel to facilitate that. Is that it? Okay, thank you, angels. So the last deck is Intuitive Whispers Oracle, one of my favorite decks, just to give simple and beautiful messages. And I want to remind you, because I just had a little bit of a clearing as I paused to get this deck, that these are activations. So be sure to ground after you watch this, after you take it in. Drink a big glass of water, bless the water, put in intentions to the water, ask for integration and alignment, and pour love into the water so that goes into your cells. And again, ground and put your hand on your heart, take a deep breath, and let the energy run through you, because while we're on, YouTube and we've got all this space between, this is all just energy and frequency. And if we're tapping in, and I'm tapping into your spirit team, it's all activating. So this is an activation. One next step. Maybe that's speaking to what I just said. One next step is that integration of this activation. Yeah, but I'm also noting the violet hue behind there, and all this violet. So much violet flame going on here. Trust the call. Number 44, the magic. Wow, 44, 444, 44. There it is. Is that it? Trust yourself. Last one. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah, this is just about you holding so much joy, so much love already, and actually putting it to action for the greater good. And trusting yourself, trusting the call, utilizing violet flame, tapping in with Archangel Shamuel, knowing that you have divine partnerships, friendships, love, either coming your way shortly, or you're aligning with it, or it's already entering. This is really, really, really beautiful. Is that it? Yeah. Okay. All right. So that completes this reading. Thank you. So group 555, heart healing. First of all, I want to say that I do the Koshi bell with the angels over the decks and over the spreads, and they went over this one and made the shape of a heart with the Koshi bell for quite a while. So there was some angelic healing that came through. Ionic elevation, so that came through from Spirit as the phrase that was of importance. And I actually, it felt a little bit cryptic to me. So I looked it up, and so ionic is a chemical bond formed by electrostatic attraction of oppositely charged ions. And elevation, of course, is going up higher. So it's indicating to me like raising levels in attraction after healing your heart, like going through heart trauma, heart pain, and then healing it. As you're healing, you're raising your levels and calling in a higher level of attraction. There's another definition, and it refers to Roman Greek columns with scrolls. Those are ionic columns. And so I just have to mention this also might have something to do with a Greco-Roman kind of affinity or past life connection. You might be tapping into a Greco-Roman past life, and that was worth mentioning. But it is about elevating. You're lifting up out of something as your heart is healing. And this also, the door that maybe you were called to, is also showing this. It's like the bars and the gate of your heart is opening, or the bars and the gate of this situation of being kind of in this dark place have opened up, and you're seeing the light shine down. There's almost some rainbow light coming in a little bit. And the card is heart healing. Morning now has had its time. Do not pay it a single dime. Emerge from the darkness. A new day starts. Let light embrace the healing heart. Yeah, you got this one actually came through first. It was rose quartz, nurture love and compassion, open your heart to healing. And then amethyst, embrace calm and clarity, let your intuition guide you. And I have to mention, because it's purple, violet flame transmutes, so you can use the violet flame and this purple energy to transmute lingering pain, lingering emotions. It will help you process it and transmute it to higher frequency. So I actually pulled 2 more door cards, like the door behind the door. And you got this light cracking through here, these big hard metal doors, and the light's starting to shine through. So maybe from the hurt, you've closed up your heart, you put a big heavy wall or block, but now it's cracking open and the light is shining in. A cure for longing. Love is happiness, a spark inside. Live deliberately and choose boldly. Then you have arrived. I mean, this is also referring to love for yourself, the love within, and learning that really that's the strongest and most pure love we can have, and the most fulfilling is that self-love. And when we put it out onto another person and, open ourselves up, but we kind of project that love outward, it can hurt so much when that ends. But this might be your heart's healing. You have put enough love onto yourself. Now you're ready to crack open and allow more in. So don't let the the experiences hold you back in any way. Continue to allow those cracks to open up in your heart and expand you, and expand your light, and expand your love. This last one, forgive and forget, a ritual cleansing of pain and lies. Arise and awaken. See a new sunrise. So yeah, maybe there was some pain, maybe there was some betrayal. And again, it's saying you are healing from this, but you might be at a stage where the lie and betrayal is still impacting you. And again, I will call to that violet flame that I got a hit of from the amethyst and transmute that energy. But try to forgive yourself, because the things that you feel happen to you, have really happened for you to really burst you open, expand your heart, expand your soul. And when it's just like when you exercise a muscle, it tears and then it builds up on itself and it grows. The same thing happens with our our emotions and our heart when we go through something that hurts us. If we can allow everything through, it really opens everything up more and expands to more beauty and more growth. So it's actually such a gift. It doesn't feel like it at the time. Okay, what's blocking you is the next deck. And this will help identify things that might still be blocking you, that you might want to work on clearing. Maybe you're not aware of, maybe you are aware of it. But let's see what comes out. 1, 2, 3. Maybe do 3 cards here. It's going to be different for all of you. So of course, take what resonates. Fear of getting hurt. That passed by and I noticed it. Your fear of fated to be alone. Don't feel like because you've had failures or things didn't work out that you are fated to be alone. You gave up on love because you think you're meant to be alone. It's not true. First of all, you are never alone. I have to touch on that. You might feel like you are, but if you really tap into your heart and tap into nature, you will connect into the highest light and divine love and all that is surrounding you. You have so much support and spirit and energy that is constantly within and around you. You're literally never alone. There's not one moment, not 1 second of your life that you're alone. But as far as actual partnership and companionship, all of these have been stepping stones. You know, the situations, whether it's one big relationship or a few, or, you know, you've had so many experiences you could write a book and you've ended up here again. Those are all to build your soul into the version that it is now. And if you can look through everything and find the lessons, you'll know that all it's doing is each experience you've had is giving you more parts of yourself so that you can become more whole, so that you can align with the highest version of love. And it's all going to happen in divine timing, you know, as you align, as you heal, as you realize, you know, you're always in love. It's always around you. Holding on. Okay. You must release old ties in order to have a fresh start with someone new. So some of you might still be holding on to people that you've long outgrown, holding on to a relationship ties out of comfort that maybe aren't so aligned. And really look at everything. I saw something recently, like look who's in your front row. The people that you're giving your time and energy to, even if it's not your actual time, maybe it's just your energy. Maybe you're still pining after someone. I will say the cure for longing. So maybe you are still longing for someone who was once in your life that isn't. You know, what is meant for you will never pass you by. So when something ends, it's really for the better. If something's not right for one person, it means it's not right for both people. And I really believe in the saying that when one door closes, it leaves just infinity amounts of doors that are opening or that are waiting to be opened. So instead of standing in front of the closed door, wishing you can get into that one room, turn around and look at the expansive hallway of endless doors, all with, you know, different facades, different doorways to open up. And it's really magical. You have so much potential and possibility ahead of you when things end that are meant to end. So hopefully you're at the heart healing phase where you can start to look around and not just what was in front of you. It's kind of that, what is it, 5 of Cups energy of just looking at the spilled cups and not seeing the 3 cups that are just ready right there behind you. Soulmate only. You have many soulmates who would be great for you. There's not just one. So maybe it's such a huge heartbreak because you felt it was your soulmate. Well, there are stages of soulmates. There are, you know, just like there's stages of spirit guides as you're going through your spiritual opening. You know, each new soul comes with a higher purpose and a higher lesson to kind of elevate you more and more. So if you're following your heart and following your intuition, you're not going to step down. You're only going to open up to what's better. So just know that there's so much better to come. These butterflies are indicating spirit. Let spirit kind of guide you. Trust in spirit and trust those spiritual nudges to align you with the highest. Getting hurt. All love comes with the risk of losing it. Don't be afraid to lose. Take a chance. That's so funny. This is that deck. Don't be afraid to floss. I hope you're laughing. This was kind of a cheap deck that was came to me, and there's some typos in there. Isn't that funny? I know it's showing up backwards. Anyway, don't be afraid of loss and getting hurt. So you do have to take a step and open up and put yourself out there eventually when you're ready. Don't let the fear of getting hurt hold you back. Because really the only one you're hurting is yourself by closing yourself off. Is that it? Okay. Okay, a little more roses here, that pink, that higher heart energy on this deck. Highest messages for heart healing group. Highest messages for heart healing group. And truth, love, and above. Truth, love, and above. Sword, courage, conflict, determination. A sword is, you know, cutting through to the truth, having courage, determination. Flames, passion, power, enthusiasm. Don't let your passion and power be dimmed. Allow it to grow. That's with the courage. So letting your courage come through, allowing your passion to light up, being in your power. Canvas. Well, this is bringing to mind a couple things. What first came to mind is a blank canvas. So trying to clear all the energy from anything in the past so you have a blank canvas to start with, even though this is not blank. But also this might be referring to art as a tool, as an outlet. Using it to create, you are tapping into passion, to creation, to your sacral chakra. So this is really pointing to your sacral chakra, which is also your sexuality. So letting that be put into another outlet, another energy, so that it will fuel up, it will start to flame up, but in a direction that is in, a benefit, where you're creating something from that energy and not just putting it towards something from the past. Perseverance, toughness, beauty, rose. Little rose is that heart. Keep that heart opening. Find the beauty around you. Don't be too tough. Yeah, that's about not letting the thorns. Don't let the thorns of, the past hurts be too prickly for the future. And persevere ahead. Is that it? Yeah. Okay. So the Ascended Masters, I'm not sure if you're familiar, but they were once human. Anyone who's Ascended Master lived on Earth and was human and really impacted humanity in a positive way. And so when they passed on, their souls moved up to Ascended Master level, where they were put essentially into loving support and service of humanity. The Divine Director, trust the process. Create space for divine order to unfold. So know that everything is, unfolding in the way it should. And as I said before, it has all happened for you, not to you. Even the most painful, hurtful atrocities are there for your soul growth. And you are on the healing path. You're healing your loss, your grief, and looking towards what is ahead. Not divine intervention. Choose the highest good. Yeah, aligning with the highest good, choosing the path that is, for your best, and really knowing that you have support, that if you tap into your heart, a lot of heart energy here, so tapping into your heart as you're healing it, and allowing the heart to lead the way, even though it's been hurt. Sorry, not that one. Strongest and clearest messages, please. For the 555 group. Yeah, Kuan Yin, enlightened action, choose compassion, move forward with grace. More about that heart opening, it's right there. And just allowing it to unfold as you heal. Don't let it close down. Is that it? Okay. Celestial Whispers. Light of hope, even the smallest light can lead you forward. Hold it close and let it grow. Yeah, so been getting that energy a lot from this reading. First of all, look at all this rainbow light coming in. It's a lot of angelic light around you. And just know how loved, how truly, truly, truly loved you are, and how supported you are. And when you tap into your heart and find the small things, like hold on to the little things in life around you, the light's shining in here and there's rainbows all over, and things can go terrible on a global level or a personal level, and I'll look at the way the light is hitting on something, or a rainbow is coming through, and when you tap into that, it really lifts things up, and they're really wanting you to start small, start on those small things. If you're really still in a darker, place of hurt, and if you're up still seeing the light, keep that going. Keep holding on to those things and letting that grow from a place of light and hope. In stillness, the sacred pause, your soul reorients. Step out of motion and return to meaning. Go into stillness when you can. Find time to break through all the doing and the being so that you can integrate all the healing that's happening within your heart. Soul care. Nourish the quiet places within. So again, about going into the stillness, and another rose, more heart. Lots of rose energy here. Yeah, nourish yourself, self-care, do the things that feel good to you, What makes your heart feel like it's getting a hug? Treat your heart and soul well. Honor the time that you need to take to heal completely. And by doing that, feel it. Feel everything. Get still so that everything can bubble up and flow through you and out. When you're hurting and you have to just go and do and be and function, we have those ways of putting walls around the pain so that we're not spilling it out all over. So get still, take care of yourself so you can allow it to flow through you and be released. Divine union. When you meet yourself in wholeness, all your connections begin to heal. I'm going to bring this back to hope. So, divine union, it's about healing yourself and finding that love within yourself and finding that union within the masculine and feminine in you. What parts of your masculine still need to be healed? What parts of your feminine, both as male and female, because we have both within us. And it's a huge theme right now. We're all trying to come back to wholeness and completion by healing that divine masculine and feminine within us, so that the goal is union within, and from that union within we will have connections that are whole and complete, because we are whole and complete, and we're not seeking to fill an empty spot with somebody else's energy. Is that it? Yeah. Okay, the last deck, I'm so sorry this is backwards. I couldn't figure out how to turn off the mirror reverse on the filming. I'll have to figure that out later. But Spirit wanted me to pull some herbal cards. Okay, for their healing, for their heart healing, what will be the most supportive for them right now? Lion's mane. Lion's mane, an adaptogen mushroom. I have lion's mane in my coffee every morning. Mitrajinia, shape-shifting. Okay, well, these are backwards, and it's a shame because you're not going to be able to see it. But lion's mane and mitrajinia I'm going to look that one up really quick. Subconscious healing, synchronizing inner and outer worlds, shape-shifting. Huh. Okay. Oh, they chewed it. The chewed fresh leaves, I guess, in South America, and assisted them in long periods of meditation, positive energy, and focused attention. Oh, kratom. So it's kratom. The balanced side of mitragnia represents the ability to shapeshift and adapt across realities. Like the dragonfly, it grants us the power to break through the illusionary facade we often accept as reality, providing us the freedom from pain in order to break through limiting illusions. Oh, dragonfly help us initiate subconscious healing from the trauma experience from endless cycles of pain and suffering. It invites us to seek out the parts of our habits that have gone unchanged, unnoticed, and stagnant. Ask yourself, have I tended to the changes I've been wanting to make? Don't get lost in the labyrinths of self-doubt. Break free from elusive belief systems and that hold back your transformation. Interesting. I want to look up lion's mane 18 and see why for you, because it's leadership. Sacred masculine. Okay. So it might be that for this particular group, the masculine aspect of yourself is what is needing to be strengthened or healed or balanced. So it's a nutrifood or tea, we know that. It nurtures the liver, spleen, lung, heart, and kidneys, nourishes the gut, and even fights cancer. That's great. And it stimulates neurons of the brain. It assists nerve growth factor, brain healing, cognition, memory, retention, mental performance. Also known as the messenger of the gods. Oh, aligned with Mercury. It's a great communicator, representing brilliance, intelligence, and free flow of energy. It's governed by the sun and is a great provider of vitality, longevity, resilience, and adaptability. So the primordial essence within the sacred masculine that expresses itself as relentless determination, ambition, focus, and will. When we meet lion's mane, we immediately feel a regal and generous presence. When out of balance, vanity, overconsumption block the flow of love coming in to inspire ambition. Power isn't powerful when you put others or yourself down. You are a wielder of raw power and may be destructive if consequences are overlooked. Lead your life from a place of compassion, leadership, and the rest will follow. Okay. So I think this is just speaking to the fact that, again, for this group, the divine masculine is where maybe more of the imbalance is. So using lion's mane will help balance it, help strengthen it. Is that it? Oh, St. John's wort radiance. Okay. Is that it? All right, because there's 3, I'm just going to read this one as well. I'm not an herbalist, and I, in no way am I, a doctor or anything. Of course, with any of these, it could just be the frequency of this plant. You can definitely, without ingesting a plant, you can tap into the frequency. You can meditate and say, I'm aligning my energy with lion's mane so that I can balance out my divine masculine in me. But if it feels aligned, if you resonate with any of these, or if you're familiar with them, or if you feel like you are called to, start using lion's mane in your coffee, or take St. John's wort, of course, check in with yourself. first, if that feels right for you. And also, if you have any kind of medical, you're taking medications, of course, check with your doctor first before actually taking any herbs. It's usually fine, but I have to say that. St. John's wort. Let's just see why this is coming up. Radiance, joy, warmth, resilience, happiness, understanding, manifestation, spiritual power, and protection. It's the sun card, so a lot about the sun, bringing in the sun, and this is as the sun is breaking through right here. It's the epitome of a solar herb. The midsummer goddess celebrates the multifaceted elements of life in a state of joyous abundance, reminding us that the wellspring of true wealth and healing is within. St. John's wort is here to remind you to cultivate practices deep within yourself to experience this enlightening truth. Avoidance and distraction from this great knowing are unconscious habits that build up and manifest as scarcity, fear, and low moods that inhibit you from walking your truth. St. John's wort grants us the spiritual courage of fire needed to navigate the death of the old self. Yeah, so it's, this is pointing to purification, to removing the old parts of you that no longer serve you, and bringing in sun and joy and light and healing. Dandelion, wounded healer. Dandelion's just very supportive. I think for your liver. I'm just going to throw that one in there. That's just another sun card. So yeah, just trust you have such good things coming. Sunlight, joy, brightness. You have continued healing. Go to Kola, higher consciousness. I'll stop pulling. Is that it? One more. Ashwagandha. Yeah, ashwagandha is a healer of emotional healing. We all pretty much know that at this point, but maybe if you're not utilizing that, you might consider it. It's good in, tea form. Mugwort. Mugwort's also being mentioned. That's psychic healing. So more healing on a spiritual level there. So the plant medicine came in for support for you. Lots of options. Mugwort, ashwagandha, gotu-kola, dandelion, lion's mane, and mitragynea. So my advice there is, if any of that is calling to you, make that list and look them up and read about them. If you're not familiar, you might just have an instinct of like, oh, that one's just perfect. That's exactly what I need. But those are just good, loving, supportive plants that can help you in various ways right now while you're still healing from nature there. Okay, and the last deck is Angel Power. So some angelic support to come through with the last message. Time out. Take time for a much needed break and relax. What a beautiful card. So again, on the self-care, on the nurturing, more of these pink, these are lotus coming up through the mud and opening and expanding. You've got pink and purple there. And she's dipping her crown in. Gosh, there's a sword. There's even a sword right here. It's like, put your sword down. You don't need to fight right now. Just let it all go into the water. It also brings to mind, consciously bathing, like in a bath to purify, do a purification bath, a flower bath, a salt bath. You can also do salt clearing and cleansing in the shower if you want to keep clearing and cleansing the energies off of you and from within you that really need to be removed. Retreat. Seek and receive consolation from Source to overcome a difficult experience. This is a time for reflection, solitude, and contemplation. Let Source hold you. Let the angels hold you. Another thing coming to mind right now is, there's a lot of healing hertz frequencies for healing your heart. So looking up on YouTube heart healing frequencies and heart healing guided meditations, those are really helpful, especially as you're going to sleep, listening to them low, and find one that the voice resonates for you, that the music feels good, and just let it play and see what comes. You might go into a very deep sleep and things can process in your sleep. It's very, very helpful for clearing on the subconscious level and on the frequency level and on the energetic level. And patience, no matter what the situation or delay, your desire will come when it's meant to. But really what I thought is having patience with yourself through this healing process. Just be gentle. Care for yourself, have patience. That's it? Okay. And that's all. I hope this helps you. I hope you know that whatever you're moving through, there's so much good to come. And, finding that deep love within yourself is going to really help you move through the rest of this. So this is the reading for group 999 with the theme passages and spirit word motivated. You were drawn to this doorway or to iolite or to ametrine or to the numbers. Let's see here. I wrote some notes here. Yeah, so you have essentially, you have been opening up spiritually. It might be fairly new, and you're just navigating all the energy coming in. But all these doorways are opening up, and you're making your way through these passages, spiritual signs. You're walking through passages of your transformation. So yeah, this spiritual, basically opening, awakening, it's been happening on mass levels. It happened to me in 2024, and it is exactly like this. You just move through progressive passages as you start to open up, expand, and understand more and more of yourself, of the universe, of that you are the universe, that the universe is you. All of this expansion and growth opens up more and more expansion and growth. And I pulled 2 more cards. So you've got 3 doorways, 2 doorways behind these doorways. You got palmistry, fortune and tarot, collective destiny. Palm lines from birth, tell your sacred palmistry. This isn't necessarily pointing to palmistry, but you might be using a lot of tarot. You might be using divination. You might be getting a deeper understanding of the collective consciousness and of your divine path. Of the lines from birth are bringing to mind astrology, and you just might be exploring in all these directions or one in particular. And it's helping you to have a deeper and deeper understanding of your soul and its pathway It's also bringing to mind, and it's come up in your reading, is past lives, which the lines from birth are reminding me of astrocartography, which I kind of tapped into last year. And I started to realize that all of my important lines, like my sun line, ran through areas on the planet that I had already been called to and really loved, or I was going to. Like my sun line runs along the Nile River, and I was just called to the Nile in November. And so it really aligns, like all the birth chart aligns on the planet and shows you the places that you have a high energetic calling to. And I've kind of put together that is actually a map of your past lives. It's the places that you're called to because you've been there before, you've lived there. So you might be expanding into being called to visit places and travel and go to places that you've never been or that you've always wanted to go. You'll either discover, or you've discovered that there are activations there for you, and that you're there to activate the land, and you're being called there for a reason. And this is all part of your opening. It's all part of your journey. So that's what this card seems to be talking about. And the nomad, exactly that. This door is the nomad, and it is the nomadic wanderer lies deep inside. Take the leap now. Don't crawl back and hide. Wow. I hadn't looked at these cards since I pulled them a few days ago. So definitely speaking to allowing yourself to go where you're called to, and explore and travel, and be activated and activate with the people and places that your soul is really aligning with as you open up and start remembering more of who you are. Yeah, so that's really beautiful. And then I'll just run through my notes. So another aspect to this is energy clearing, balancing chakras, chakras that might be really lighting up right now, opening and expanding, and ones that might need extra work. So I think that's going to come out because the chakra deck is here. Past life influence, we just touched on that. Ascended masters, higher self, archangels, and the grandmother's council were mentioned from the guides as who's here with you, and the energies that are kind of working with you and surrounding you right now. Grandmother's council I found out about like last year as I was moving through my various phases in the awakening, and I was doing readings for people, and suddenly everybody's grandma from the other side was coming into readings. And then I saw a channeled, it was either a post or a video, and it was saying the High Council of the Grandmothers was coming in right now. And that's when I first heard about the Grandmothers Council. So they were brought in here, but it's essentially like ancestrally all the grandmothers, any grandmother energy coming together, and they all have like a council, and they give that wise, nana nona, grandmother energy of love and support and direction. So that's another energy that is coming through. So I had to pause this reading and go pick up my daughter. And when I was waiting for her, I opened Facebook, and this channeled message from the Grandmother's Council was at the top of my feed. And I hadn't seen a channeled message from them since I first discovered them last year. So I'm putting it in here. You might want to read it. You can pause the screen and read it or screenshot it. But I also wanted to say that the standout message was, you never stand alone, and you are part of this radiant net of light. And so for some of you, this really might also tie into the 555 reading. It could be that potentially a broken heart our heart healing has led you to your awakening. So there might be messages for you in that 555 reading. So you could consider going back to it. Also, angelic light, fire. So it's just working with the angels, working with angelic light, calling in angelic light for support and healing of yourself and situations, and to illuminate and to help guide and support you. And pillar of divine light. If you haven't worked with the pillar of light, you ground in to the earth, call in your divine light, your pillar of divine light. It's like a column 6 feet wide that goes all the way through all of your energy centers and out around your whole energy body and physical body. And you're calling in all the divine white light. You can imagine it white, gold, iridescent. It's light from the highest realms, from source and from the highest guides, calling in all the divine light through your body. It just purifies and cleanses and holds you in highest light. You can do it during meditation, right when you're tapping in, when you're out in nature and doing that. And then grounding, breathing techniques were really emphasized. So the higher spiritual connection you're making, the more grounding you want to do to keep you connected. So I'm sure you've been doing a lot of that, but deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, and especially taking that pause in between the breath, and that's where it opens up your pineal gland and connects you in even more. And using that breath while you're connecting into your heart, and then running down through your root, down all the way through the ground, all the way down through all the layers of the earth. I run it right down into the core of the earth, and imagine a crystal, and whatever crystal comes to mind is the one that, is the energy you need right then. I'm often imagining clear quartz and amethyst in the center, but it's this huge crystal. And you imagine your root tapping into that and kind of growing little roots and attaching to the crystal at the center of the earth. And then it starts to charge up that cord and run and surging up and running into your root and pulling all that earth energy, that deep core earth energy, up and into your energy centers in your body. And then let it surge out your crown and go all the way up. You've already called in your pillar of light, so it's all starting to merge. You've got the earth energy and the pillar of light energy. And that's just a good visualization, and they're wanting you to work with that while you're meditating. If you're not meditating, do it more. Even just 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day. Start with 5 minutes a day if that's what you need to do. But taking time to do that. Also, the importance of sound healing as you're first starting to open up. You can use ones online on YouTube. Just find ones that call to you. You can use frequencies and hertz that correlate with whatever energy center you're really feeling you need. The sound healers are really good. Meditative Mind has some really good ones. And when I was first opening up, I was going to sleep to these, and I really think it had a huge impact. It would push me through, move me through things that I was processing. And it's just really a way to access, I guess the frequencies are just breaking through everything and on a level that our minds can't do. So especially when we're sleeping, we're more able to receive it. What else? Yeah, so if you're newly opening or going through a new burst of expansion, tapping into higher and higher frequencies and your divine nature, This is actually moving you in new directions. You're either feeling that now and experiencing it. Doors might be closing. Friendships might be ending because you're no longer aligned with the frequencies. It's not that they're lower and you're higher. It's that they are at a different frequency. And this can feel, this can feel hurtful. This can feel chaotic. But when you continue to tap into your own energies, you're going to know that, even though it's hard, it's right. Karmic clearing on this lifetime level and on past lifetime levels. So that's another theme going on and was showing up here in the reading as well. There's some past life energy clearing that might be occurring either on the astral realms or actually consciously that you're moving through. So that's the energies that I'm getting for this group, and then I'll start the reading. So the guides want me to start with Chakra Insight Oracle as your energy centers and balancing them was indicated as important. We'll see what messages you have here. Highest and best for group 999 for their spiritual awakening, awareness. Ooh, playfulness, lightheartedness, innocence, wonder, inner child. This is another interesting correlation. I listened to Bree at Soul Healing. She really resonates for me, and I was just getting the beginning of one of her transmissions today, right after I saw the grandmother thing. And she was speaking about how play is playfulness and finding your joy and tapping into your inner child is so important to go do that deeper work, to tap into your heart center. And so this is coming through pretty much the same message, tapping into your playfulness, finding lighthearted joy, ways to just be in pure light and fun and do things that make your inner child giggle, whatever that might be. So tapping into that will help you do all the deeper work and tap into your heart center. It opens and expands it because it brings in joy. So that is one of the energies that is definitely being in, I'd say, another double confirmation today. This one? There. Oh, they want me to stop it right there. That's it? Just the inner child. Okay. Well, you might also be just doing inner child work. You can do reparenting, finding out if you have an idea of where you have inner child wounds. There is writing a letter to yourself in the way that you wished you could have been parented. There's, say your father was not present, writing a letter in the voice of your father. So stepping into that and becoming your own parent, and it can come in from your higher self, from your higher soul once you start writing. Expression, assertiveness, self-control, will. Intelligence, education, knowledge, expanding your knowledge. So expressing yourself and expanding your knowledge. You're on this journey where all of this is happening. And the more knowledge you have through this opening, the more connections are made, I've found. Is that it? Yeah. Okay. Okay, which pile next for them? Angelic power. Okay, so we're moving into Ascended Master energies, angelic energies. They're coming through in support. This is the Keepers of the Light. Kyle Gray. This one. Okay. The Shekinah, same energy came through for, I think the first group, 444. Unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. It's about letting everything come shining through. So all of this expansion that's happening, all of this light, divine light energy that's within and around you, allowing it to completely shine, freeing your spirit, allowing it to expand. And as your gifts start coming up and getting stronger, letting them come through you and sharing them, expressing them outwardly for them to grow and develop. Just don't withhold them and try to follow the pattern, the energy that wants to just naturally arise with whatever's coming from your expansion and awakening. Ancestor spirit, I think this is speaking to your the grandmother's council here. Connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. It could be personal, or it could just be collecting the collective energy of that grandmother's council and that presence and guidance. Definitely ancestral energy, and probably some more ancestral lineage clearing and healing can be done for some of you. Is that it? One more. Joan of Arc, voice of truth. Stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. Okay, there it goes. So yeah, you might have, past life persecution wounds that are keeping you, as you're opening up, there might be fear that you're either aware of or it's just subconsciously blocking you. So working on those kind of that karmic, other timeline wounding and fear from having power, having gifts, and being, a lot of times violently persecuted, put to death, or, ostracized. As well as in this lifetime, there is a little bit of alienation that can happen as you go through it. So letting that fear drop and trying to heal that, on that level, doing the work on the karmic level to clear it, transmuting it. There's some violet flame energy here for sure, so transmuting it and trying to release it so that you can come out in confidence in your own power and in your truth. Is that it? So I'm being called really quickly, since we're in the energy centers, just to these little cards, just for some energy center mantras. Is there an area that could use some support, some verbal empowerment? I am open to higher guidance. So yeah, your crown chakra there, all this purple, a lot of opening up there. But continue to keep that intention of opening, expanding. I trust my inner knowing. Know that you can trust what you feel, trust your messages, that first instinct. Whatever led you to pick this doorway, know you can trust it. It's those nudges that guide you in the right direction. Boy, a lot of purple. Insight flows effortlessly through me. Amazing. Yeah, so that's just opening, expanding all these things that you can say to yourself. Wow, I am connected to universal wisdom. I am connected to my highest self. I am connected to divine source light. I am connected to my highest self on my highest path and timeline for the greatest good for all. Saying these things, saying them into your water, helps align yourself on a frequency level, on a plasma level. Wow, it's just purple all over the place. Crown chakra, I am divine. There it goes, the confirmation. Knowing you are a spark of divine in this vessel, in this body. You are here in this one lifetime, which is just one embodiment that your soul is experiencing, at the same time. On a quantum level, you're out living all sorts of other lives, and you can tap into those. So I'm sure you're aware of that at this point. But look at all this purple. So much expansion, and you have so much support. Boy, there's one more purple that's coming. My spirit is infinite. Yes, that's what I was just saying. So your soul is infinite. It's out there. I don't know how accurate this is, but somehow I got in my mind there's 2% of your soul embodied right now in this specific lifetime. The rest of your huge, massive soul essence is out embodied in all sorts of different existences. And on a frequency level, on a plasma level, we can tap into all of that. We can connect to it in this light net that the grandmother council is talking about in their channel. And you can connect to it all. My spirit is infinite and free. Is that it? Okay. And is there any more for the reading? This one? This one? This one? Okay. I want to go into past life, a little bit of the past life influences that you are either working on clearing, or if you're not conscious of it yet, to be aware that it might come up. And it's something that is either has been imprinted over lifetimes, or imprinting into this specific timeline and lifetime from others, that is meant to be cleared, healed, healed or cleared. Oh, imprisonment or slavery. This one? Okay. So some of you have had other lifetimes where you have been imprisoned or put into slavery, or just that's unjust, treatment, possibly for, and basically your soul suppressed in that sense. So allowing your spirit, your soul to be free and to clear. I mean, basically you can just tap in, meditate, drop down, and ask to clear any of your timelines where you were unable to be free, where you were held back and restricted. Egypt. Okay. So the connection to Egypt on a spiritual level. Okay. So a lot of you also have past lives in Egypt, which also ties back to group 444. They had that as well. So you might actually go into group 444 if you felt called in that way at all, and get the messages there. But they're indicating that you have a soul tie to Egypt, and there's activations through Egypt. I mentioned a book that is really helpful to connect you to Egypt and to activate if you can't actually physically go there. Anything else? This one? This one? Okay. Asia, too. Okay, so you might have felt a pull to Asia, any of the areas over there, and that goes back to the astrocartography that I mentioned earlier in the reading. If you go to astro.com and do your astrocartography there on, I think it's like travel astrology, something, it's titled something like that. Essentially, you put your information in and it will line your chart up. You might find that some of your main lines run through Asia, and maybe you've always been intrigued with the area, a specific area, China or Indonesia or Japan, I don't know, but there's an indication that you have a soul tie there. Anything else? Oh, yep, there it is. Surprise, surprise, persecution, inquisition. So, yeah, I can't even remember how that came up, but here it is. These two go together. Releasing the fear from other timelines where you were persecuted for your power and knowledge and wisdom and for knowing things, and it was feared. So you have healing that's either happening right now for that, or it's made aware right now so that you can be conscious of it and ask for help healing it. This one too? Okay. Father's coming up. Is this lifetime? Past lifetime. Okay. For some of you, there's father wounds from this lifetime or the past that is also restricting you in some way. So healing those wounds from the father relationship. In the past, it could be from being a father and things that happened on past lifetime lines. And in this lifetime, most likely it would be from the relationship with your father. And that's it. Okay. This one? No, we're good. Okay. And let's see. Any other decks? This one? All right. Oops. Sorry, guys. One more deck to close out and then we're done. I hope this has been helpful and resonated for whoever has found their way here. Final messages for group 999, Spiritual Awakening group. Ooh, this one? Community calls. So as you open up and expand and get more comfortable and confident and drop your fear, there's a call to your community. There's a call to help and to heal and to be a part of something in your community. It could also be that you have a community of people that are aligning with you, like your soul group, your flock, that you're also lining up with at this point or about to. Anything else? Is this one? Okay. Messages from your third eye. So your third eye is opening, expanding, blockages are clearing from it, and you're able to start to see things. And again, they're asking you to ground, tap in with your roots, tap in all the way so you can reach really, really high and get stronger and clearer and higher frequency messages. The deeper you ground, the more solidly you ground, the higher you can go and remain stable and secure. Is that it? Yeah. Okay, I was cleaning up from the reading, and this deck had fallen on the ground, and for this group, it had wanted to come out, and I looked over it. I didn't remember, so I'm throwing this one in. Bridge half built. You don't have to cross all at once. Just dare to build what's missing. Ooh, rusted door. So this one popped out as I was shuffling like 3 times, but it needed to come after this. What looks forgotten may still open when touched with wonder. Interesting. So forgotten doorways, things that you have, your soul has, that you've forgotten about your soul, they're ready to open, and this doorway is ready to open. The bridge half built, kind of indicating not feeling incomplete because you only have part of the bridge. You're in the process of building it. Mask, you've worn it so long, even you forget what's real beneath. So part of that is, letting your truth come through and not being afraid to reveal who you really truly are. Also, all this light, all this shadow brings to mind the shadow work that, definitely go through when we're doing the spiritual awakening, just allowing that shadow to also be revealed. Embrace. When arms open, healing begins. Let yourself be held. Let yourself be held by spirit. Hold yourself gently. And there's a little bit of the feminine, masculine going on here too, of that integration and the merging. Yeah, and maybe a divine connection too as well. Wild wings, your freedom doesn't need permission, only the courage to leap. Allowing yourself to be completely free, not holding back any more of yourself or who you are. Is that it? One more. Well, here's another doorway. I love this. So, threshold of fire. Transformation is never tidy. Step in and let it burn what no longer belongs. So yeah, as we step into the fire horse energy coming up right now, we can expect more transformation. Some of those doors that might be too rusty to open with ease, they might just be burnt down. We'll see. But allowing that, yeah, boy, lightning branch, sometimes your awakening doesn't bloom, it erupts. Wow, so I think this fire energy that's coming up is going to be coming right through and opening up some of you in a really maybe intense way, but I feel like you're prepared for it. So again, with the grounding, just ground really deeply and take care of yourself, because there's more to come. There's more opening up, and sometimes it's going to come in like an eruption or in a burning fire, burning away some of the old stuff. So that was that part of the message. Are we all through? Yeah, that's it. Okay, so yeah, I hope that really hit home for someone and gave some good direction. And yeah, check out 444 if you feel called to. And thanks for letting me tap into your soul for a moment. Very beautiful. Hi guys, so I'm not sure if this is going to be an outro or an intro, but this was an experiment. It just came suddenly into my mind as I kind of surged forward, starting a Heartlight Oracle channel, and this idea came through, I think, while I was doing a massage, that I wanted to do a 3-doorway reading. And I'm just amazed at how it opened up. And I'm also kind of, humbled by having watched so many readings over the last 2-3 years. It takes a lot of thought and thinking through details of how to put these together and how to film it coherently and cohesively and, tap into spirit and make sense while you're talking, and not exactly knowing who it is you're going to be speaking to or who's going to see it. There's so much here, and I have so much admiration for all the beautiful souls and readers who I've been guided by over, my awakening path. Kind of each, like, where's the doorway for the one? Boy, it's not here. Yeah, I put them away already. But for the spirit, for group 999, with the doorways all kind of leading to new doorways, that's how my process has been awakening. I think it's how everybody's is. And you're led through one, and then you're suddenly with a new teacher. And that's how, honestly, YouTube has been amazing, because as my frequency raised up, I would find a new batch of, souls who were a higher frequency than me, that led me to another higher place and helped guide me, or who I resonated with completely, or who were helping to fill in what I was getting, but I wasn't getting all of it. And it's just incredible. And I think that's why I wanted to just finally take a step forward and put myself out there and challenge myself to offer up something, because I know I have come far enough that I could possibly help with what I've learned and with my experiences and my own take on it and my own frequency, because we align with whatever frequencies most resonate for us. So I'm not going to be for everybody, but for the people who I am for, hopefully I can, help, and hopefully we can have actually a, mutual sharing of insights and experiences on here as things open up. And I just hope that people find their way here, and I'm sure they will. Anyway, I really thank you for letting me tap in for a moment into your, soul essence and your spirit guides. It was really beautiful. It was an honor. And I want to thank the angels and ascended masters and all the guides that were here for all 3 of the readings, different ones and some of the same ones, and my guides, and for your higher selves and oversouls and all the energy and frequency and plasma and light that is leading us through all these magical doorways. Thank you.